What exactly occurred for the next phase of your life to continue growing to where we've become today, which is extraordinary. We'll get into all that. So, because you've accomplished, there's so much wisdom there. You accomplished this. What is happening in that transition point?
Yeah.
Was it this was the Great Recession time?
Yep. Yeah, so 2006, I get the phone call that we are going to shut the company down. It began, we were a publicly traded company, a Fortune 500 company. We were traded on Wall Street. And so there's always a fear with a publicly traded company that, what happens to market share if you have a division of the company that begins to lose money. So as an accounting firm, we knew that we could see far enough into the future. Believe me, like everybody, we could not ultimately see what was coming. But we knew bad things were coming, and we were big, and we knew that the only way to preserve the rest of the body of H&R Block was to amputate the leg, so to speak. And I got the call to shut down the entire division. And so, of course, you build something for over a decade, and it's build. I mean, if you've been the person that's carried the bricks on your back and laid the mortar and watched it build and did all these things, for me, that message always, people ask me all the time, like, how did you handle that call? And the truth is, I saw the faces of 1,000 people is what it was for me. It was, how do I now tell everybody that I've asked to come and work so hard goodbye? And how do I give them hope for the future? So I spent the next 6 months with human resources traveling around the country. I gave the message on March 27th of that year over a intercomed national phone call to the entire organization. And then I said, we will be there. And we went around and gave severance packages and brought HR and helped them build their resumes. And I shook hands and hugged people. And I wore then, on-call beeper for that summer. And pretty much my job was done at that point. And so I had a brand new baby that was under 1 year old. Who we just saw. And I would go and rent a house on the lake and stick my feet in the sand and think about what my next decision was. Of course, H&R Block was, wonderful to me and sent me off after 12 years of service with a wonderful severance package. And I probably could have just taken that and lived off that for a few years. But I thought, what a great little nest egg for me to put away, and let's get right back to work. I always had that feeling like there's no time to spare. I wrote Wise Eyes that summer on the beach.
Wise Eyes, the book that was published 2018 was developed that summer.
Almost all 80% of it. It would be refined in 2017, and I would take it back up because it was really a principle-based book, and it was about the story of my life, in short stories, meaningful stories, but about why I felt I accelerated. And the funny thing is, even though it was drawn from an emotional place, and I had the time to write it, it wasn't meant to be published.
Yeah,
I needed the next decade of succeeding and suffering and, life experience for that book to be what it now is.
It sounds like Thoreau. Don't stand up. Don't sit down to write if you haven't stood up to live.
Yeah.